Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I am on my 5th mold for the month. This is the final one this month. I've already got my order in for next month, so I'm so excited. This one is going to be really pretty. It's called Handmade Heart of Ocean Shell Mold. So this is kind of like scallop kind of looking mold, or like a clam, I think, with of course, you know, your pretty little diamondy look inside of it. And I have this one out too because I'm going to make one more, at least one more. I'm going to try something different today. I haven't done this on a mold. I've only done this in jewelry. I have my sinker white out, which I don't use because it's for jewelry. I did add a ball bearing inside of this one because it can settle on the bottom, and you need this mixed up really well when you're using it for a sinker white. So I'm going to pour these in clear resin, and I'm going to drip all the colors of the rainbow in both of them. It might look better in this one actually, because I don't know. We're going to see what happens. And I'm going to just douse it with alcohol ink, put all my sinker white on top, and hope it kind of falls through. And I know it's not going to fall all the way to the bottom. But you know what I could do? We could do a trial. I could do this one with deep pour resin because it's really thin, and the alcohol inks will probably drop farther. And I can do this one in regular epoxy resin and see what they look like. Even if they kind of stay on the bottom, I think with the clear, when you flip it over, I think you'll have a really pretty effect. If not, we'll try it some other way. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 10 ounces of my deep pour resin in this one. I don't know what this one holds. And by the way, you guys, I know I'm ahead of you guys, so I'm actually behind you when I answer all your comments, because I was reading the comments today and it makes complete sense, and I don't know why I didn't think of it. Remember back a while ago, probably 10 days ago, you saw me ask you what these things were, and I have no idea why it didn't dawn on me, because it makes perfect sense now. You put them in here. For those of you that didn't know, but most of you knew and I didn't. So you take them out of here, you put them in here, and then you pour it with whatever clear. So these are blue. So if I do have clear resin, I'm going to go ahead and fill these back up. I don't even remember ordering these because I didn't even know what they were. So I'm not even sure I ordered them, but I have more than one. I guess I did order. I'll have to look at my orders, but I have these, or I thought they were bigger. That could be it. They could have been bigger, but by the time you get your order from Temu, you completely forget what you even ordered. So I also have this one, which is pretty large. So you would pour this first, pop it in here, and pour the second coat. So we'll try them. If I have extra, I'll do these. I gotta clean these out because I have foil flakes everywhere from yesterday's video. But I do think I want to try some things in them. So we'll put those aside if I have extra resin. So let me start. I'm going to start with the deep pour resin and get 10 ounces mixed up. They're both mixed and they both went through the vacuum chamber. So that was some multitasking. While I was mixing the second one, the first one was in the chamber. So there you go. All right. I'm just going to pour them in, I guess. Try not to create any bubbles. Oh, I do want to spray alcohol. Even though this is a really thin resin, I'm going to spray alcohol in this one. You should not do it to your handmade molds, though. I did 9 ounces because it was easier to do the math, and I want to leave a little bit of space in the back. So it was 6 ounces of one and 3 ounces of the other. Let me see how much space, yeah. Okay, so it's going to take the whole 9 ounces, and I have a little space left to do. Whenever I do Petri, I do black on the back. Whether I do that on this one or not, I'm not sure. Well, there's a whole bunch of glitter in here, probably from my stick, but I'm okay with that because it's just for me. All right. Then I'm going to just pour the other one in. I don't know what this one's going to take, so I'll probably have extras. I mixed up 5 ounces. So I will tell you, as soon as it's poured, how much to expect. Oh well, I'm just leaving the glitter in. Can't do anything about it. Just gonna pour it really slow because I'm not gonna do alcohol in here. And then I'm gonna poke around with this little tool and hope it gets in all the crevices. There's a lot of crevices in here. I see bubbles forming because of the gems. So I'll probably end up with some bubbles in here. I don't think it's, without spraying alcohol, I think it's unavoidable. And they're probably gonna rise up on the back side of this silicone too. All right, it's almost full and it took 3.5 ounces. So if I filled it all the way, it would probably be the 4 ounces. So I have 1.5 ounces left. And I think I'm gonna try these little molds over here that I showed you this at the beginning with the, look at all these bubbles in here, you guys. Oh my gosh. I hope they rise. I really don't want all these bubbles. Maybe the alcohol ink, when I drip it in, will pop them. Not crazy about all the bubbles. So at this point, the vacuum chamber was pointless for this one. I'm just gonna spray them both. This one will take 3 days to cure if you don't have a heat mat. I will be using the heat mat. I am not waiting 3 days. All right, I'm gonna mix something up in here. I'm gonna split it actually, and we're gonna pour some of these little pendants. I guess they're pendants. So I'm gonna split it for some colors. Maybe I'll do these other ones a little bit bigger. Use up more resin, and then I think I'm gonna put some silver flake in the other ones. I split it up into 3 cups, so I'm gonna do 3 different things. A couple people ask me how I clean up my stuff. All I do with my stick when I'm done, I take a paper towel, just dry paper towel, and I just rub all the resin off. And if I'm saving my cups, which I do save, I save my big ones. Sometimes I save these little ones. I just go in with a paper towel, dry paper towel, and I get most of the resin out of it. And then I'll go in with alcohol and a paper towel and just finish cleaning it. So that's pretty much all that I do. These ones I try to save as long as I can because they come in really handy, this big with that automatic mixer. So that's what I do with the dry one. And then I just take my bottle of alcohol, 99% alcohol, and I just dump a tiny little bit into the bottom of each one. Grab a new paper towel and finish cleaning them. And that will save you your cups until they break. Anyway, they'll probably break before you need another one. Now, if I use like coloring in them, then I don't keep them. I have a ton of these ones, but if they're clear, and I try to save them. This one, these I save all of them. So this got alcohol in the bottom. I'm just gonna clean it out so I could reuse it because this is a nice sturdy cup and I don't like throwing them away. So that's how I clean my cups and my tools. Even my silicone tools, my scissors, my tweezers, everything gets cleaned with alcohol. A lot of people like baby wipes. I have baby wipes. I just never use them. I don't know. I like alcohol better. I buy it by the case. So, all right, you ready to get started? Let's pour these first. Let me get these cups out of the way. that deep pour can last forever, so I'm not too worried about it. This one can wait. I'm going to pour these real quick. I'm going to just take a tiny bit of crushed crystal because I know that will go pretty with the blue. And then I pulled out some sand to make some other ones. All right, I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I might not have enough for all these, but we're gonna try them. Just fill it up is what I'm understanding. As long as it's sitting all the way flat, I assume it doesn't go over the top layer. There we go. Okay, that's one. I need a little bit more for this one. I don't know, I'm anxious to see what these look like. And I need some more for the third one. Took more than I expected. Then I'm gonna pour the bottom portion of the other ones. Sorry if you can't see them. Well, that one went over part of it. All right, well, okay. I'm gonna take some pink mica powder. I saw Let's Resin do these in pink powder. That's why I want to try the pink. It looked really pretty. So I'm just gonna mix up some of this. And I don't know how much it's gonna take. Let's do one of the big ones. All right. I don't know if I have enough. We'll see. Let me move these out of the way. I'm afraid the one you can't even see. And I don't know, let's try it. All right, that's one of them. I think I need a little more on this side. I'm sure I'll have to trim it. I should have enough. I don't know. I think you only pour that portion. I'm not sure about this one. I'm just gonna pour that portion. I could be wrong. I have a little bit left, so I might do these again over here. Trying to stay under the camera for you guys. I have just a small amount of pink left. Let's try this one. I won't be able to finish this pink one because I am using, actually I might be able to finish it. That should be done curing by the time I need it. So I see already, the paper towel, I've probably overfilled these ones because they're coming kind of up over the edge and I don't think you're supposed to do that. So I'm going to take a little bit of it out and get it down a little farther. This one is definitely over poured. And so is this one. Can't really see the ridges. I put too much glitter in these ones. That's a sad thing. And I'm guessing you're not supposed to cover this part. I don't know. I don't even know why I ordered these. This So now I'm going to try to have to use them. Okay, I was going to put sand in some of this and see what it looks like if we put sand and then clear water. So I've got one more little cup left. That 1.5 ounces goes really far. I'm going to need a bigger scoop for this. Let's see. I'll pour it where, oh, I only have a few left. We'll do that one. Don't really want the half moon shape one. I don't think I'll ever make that one. And I have too much sand. So, I'll make something out of it. Be right back. I'm spending too much time on these extras. Okay, now I need to wash my hands off. They were really sticky. And I'm going to start dropping alcohol inks and see what we come up with. So make sure you mix them good. I don't know how much I'm really going to get. Let me get all of my caps off. Sorry guys, I should have done this while I was off camera. And then, of course, really mix your sinker white much more than your alcohol inks. All right, so we're gonna go red, and I want a good decent amount. Yellow next to it is gonna also make orange. Green. Blue. And then purple. And I'm just going to mix my white, and we're going to drop it all over the back of that and hope it sinks if I didn't waste too much time on these things. Yeah, I think I totally ruined the blue ones. I put way too much sparkle in there. Live and learn, right? All right. This, I'm just going to go all over the back. I don't have a good hole popped into this because all I had was a little pin. I don't have a, it's not coming out really good. I have one open somewhere, but I have so many of these, I don't know which one it was. Come on. Also, the little ball inside, the ball bearing. Let me find my other one. This one's driving me nuts. This one I put in a needle bottle a long time ago, so that should way easier. I'm going to put a lot in because I really want it to drop. All right, we're going to do the same thing on this one. I'm going to go this way this time. Whoop. Red. I don't know what's going to happen with this deep pour resin though. This will be interesting. Consider it experiment day. Whoops. And I do want the whole surface covered with colors. It's not spreading well. Let's Resin brand usually spreads really nicely. But it's a different resin. I've never done it on this kind before. So we're going to go back and start all over again, seeing that it's not spreading. Oh gosh, I just squirted it in. That probably went right to the bottom. And I'm not going to come back and do like a swirl or anything. Like the Petri effect. Oh my gosh, I'm just squirting. Look at that, it's moving. This is going to be difficult to get the surface covered. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Look at how different it spreads. That is so weird. You would think, being a thinner resin, that it would spread everywhere. Oh my gosh, now I gotta try to fill in all these holes. Okay, let's try. I definitely need inks to cover the surface. Let's try some yellow. Yellow. This was purple. I don't know if we're gonna get a muddy effect or not. Thank God this is for me. More green. Well, you guys, I don't know what to expect. I'm not liking it spread. Okay, there we go. Let me just shake this again. There's also a ball bearing in this one. And I'm going to dump a whole bunch. Got no idea what to expect. Well, if it doesn't sink, can't say I didn't add enough sinker white. Alright guys, see you on demold. Everything's cured and I went ahead and I finished all my extras. If you guys want a complete tutorial on these molds, the topography molds, let me know, because these take a lot of time and I could show you how I did them. This was a learning learning one for me because I learned kind of what to do and what not to do. So I did top coat front and back with UV resin. Now these were the epoxy that I did the shimmer in, the crushed crystal, and you can't really see the edges. A little bit you can. So I know now, don't do that crushed crystal, and I know you can highlight these ridges. So here's the two. Actually, there's three. I made a pendant out of one. They weren't horrendous, so I saved them, but they're not the best that they could be. Now, oh yeah, here is the leftover sand. I made a bookmark, put a whole bunch of mermaids on, top coated it with UV resin, and that is the sand. Oh, I put a little bit of my Seriously Shimmery in there, so it's got green and blue sparkle like in the sea, so that's that one. So I took the other ones, remember I poured some more, I stuck them back in the corresponding mold, and I tried UV resin, and UV resin worked. So these are clearish molds, and I poured them completely full, and they cured in the UV light. Then I took them out, top coated them, and back coated them. This one, I stuck some of my Marabou shimmer in there in pink and gold, I think it was. And I just put clear in and made a pendant out of it. The ridges on this one you can see in person, probably a little bit in the camera. So that's that one. And then this one came out pretty. Now this is large. It's a really large pendant. I didn't want to make a keychain. It was kind of thick and it was hard to get those jump rings through them. So I just made big pendants. But this one has the shimmer inside the clear, but you could see the ridges nicely on the pink one. And then here is a smaller one. I just glued on a flat backed bail. This one doesn't have any shimmer. It's just completely clear. So that one came out nice. And then the sandy ones, I noticed you couldn't see any dimension on the sand. So I took an acrylic paint pen and I colored inside those grooves of the sand. And then I took a alcohol wipe and took most of it off, and it kept whatever was left inside that groove. So you could kind of see the little ridges in that one. And I put a little bit of blue alcohol ink into UV resin and cured that one. And then these two came out, I put a little less blue in, but you could see the ridges much nicer, that they were outlined a little bit better. So these were trials, so I kind of know what to do next time. So if you guys want to see a complete tutorial and maybe some different ideas, we could try some more of those. So those are those. Are you guys ready to unmold? So I noticed last night that it was completely dark around the edges of this one, so I don't know if it's a complete disaster or not. So after I saw that it had dropped, I turned my heat mat on and ran it for like 3 minutes. So this one was already pretty hard, so we'll do this one first. I don't know what to expect. Let's see what we got. And I know, well, it doesn't look like it dropped, but I'm hoping you can see the color through the resin. That's what I'm hoping. All right, are you ready? It needs some trimming for sure. Well, it's okay. I mean, oh, the diamonds are beautiful. I wish it would have dripped a little down. That's what I was hoping for. I mean, I did get a little Petri effect, and I did go in and swirl it last night before it cured. So, I mean, you could see it on the bottom. It's pretty. Not what I was going for, but it's not bad at all. But the diamond effect is just beautiful. And it's about this big in my hand. So it's not too bad. I mean, not bad at all. I just need to do a little trimming. This one I'm not so sure about. This one might be all black. We shall see. I mean, it was fast cure. It was like water, so I'm sure it just sank right to the bottom with all that white that I poured on top of it. Don't expect miracles, guys. This one's probably going to be a disaster. I'm expecting a black box. So if I get anything other than a black box, oh, well, it's not too bad. You can see a little of the color. It's not black, so that's good. Well, check out the bottom. That's where it fell to the bottom, and some fell to the edges, which is kind of cool. Not exactly what I was going for, but it's not horrible. Would I do it again? No, probably not. Not with deep pour resin anyway. And again, you could see the cross from the support beam in all of these boxes. So they just need a little bit of trimming. Here you can see all the colors. Unfortunately, that's where it gets stacked. So I'm going to be stuck with, yeah, it looks like, I mean, you can see the blue, you could see the green, orange, but it's not definite colors. So no, I don't think I would use deep pour resin again. And I don't know that it would work. It didn't really work in the epoxy either. It just kind of stayed at the top. So I really wanted it to fall a little bit more. All right, well, that's it for today. Let me know if you want to see a full tutorial on those over there. And stick around for those pictures, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. You have a blessed day, everyone. Bye.